time is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong, listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. Steve-O, JB, B. Hudson, and T. Swin. Gon' get your mind right, let's dive in the deep end and attack the issues and problems that hound us today. Yeah, we out here in the field, but we ain't coming to play. We all shepherds trying to keep the flock from going astray. If you wanna be the change, then let's be it today. Now there's always obstacles that's gonna get in your way, but it's important how you handle it, maneuver and pray. We keep you up to date with current affairs. We all know that the structure been broken, so let's make the repairs. There's a culture trying to cancel us and give you a spin, but you can come and get the truth from this panel of men. We on 10, going in, let the speech be free. We about to knock down the doors, you can keep the key. God first, then man, so let's execute the plan and deliver the message so the people can understand. Like, the time is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong, listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. The time is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong, listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. Men can't always be. Men can't always be. Men can't always be wrong.
Swim, man. Back again. Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast, man. Brought to you by CTR Media Network. And man, we got a good show for you tonight, man. I'm gonna ring on my other host. Let's get it.
Hey, once again, we're here again. It's such a pleasure and an honor to be before y'all again. I'm your servant, the world's top cop, and I'm here to definitely get involved and get a more understanding of our guest that is here with us. So I'm excited about it.
How's it going? It's your boy J Bean here once again. It's Black History Month, but there's something to talk about than Africa, man. So we're gonna get into this conversation today.
All right, man. Our special guest for tonight, man, is an author, an entrepreneur. He's a filmmaker. Man, he's your tour guide when you go to Africa. He's also a prince. Our special guest for tonight is Prince Dynast Amir.
Peace, family. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be on your guys' podcast. Thank you.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you. We appreciate you coming on, man. Give the people some background about yourself.
Name is Prince Dynast Amir. Born and raised Sacramento, California. Currently reside in between Georgia and say West Africa, to be specific, Senegal, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone. Went to the University of Georgia, played football, ran track there. Was a sales rep for Centos, who JB now is SSR. Me and my SSRs, we will sometimes bump heads, like we got to get these products in. We got to get these accounts in on this first invoice, man. What you doing, man? Why you cutting the first invoice? They do need 10 toilet paper rolls in a week. Why are you cutting it down to 2? So I did sales and left corporate America in 2018 to focus on my initiatives in Africa. So I have a travel brand. So we're shifting from just being a travel company or tour company to more of a travel brand called Donfo. I am a documentary filmmaker. My documentary is out called In Search of a Huru. And I am a Prince of Oruwo, Nigeria, with the host, along with a host of other things. But we'll start there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, the question I got for you, man, is how'd you feel when you first stepped on the continent, man? How was it? What was that feeling like?
It was surreal. Yeah. So it was back in 2011. First country I went to was Tanzania. And just when I arrived, when we landed, I flew British Airways. So I flew from LA all the way, because this is back when I was in the West Coast. So I flew from LA all the way to London, then from London all the way to Dar es Salaam. And I just remember when we landed in Dar es Salaam, got off the plane, this was like the first time I landed at the airport. They didn't have a bridge where it would take you to the terminal. Like we actually had to walk down steps and go into the actual terminal of the airport. It was hot as hell in that airport. You know, there was no AC. I was in there getting my, it took me about 30, 40 minutes to get my my visa because I got visa on arrival. Then I remember I got my bags and I remember just walking outside of the terminal and that heat just hit me in my face and everybody, you know, selling their SIM cards, you need taxi and, you know, greeting you where you from, brother, and all of that. But yeah, it was a surreal experience my first time.
Now, man, when I tell people I want to go to Africa, a lot of brothers and sisters be looking at me crazy. Now, when you told your friends and family, whatever, that you was taking the trip, did any of them come at you like, you know,
it's funny.
negativity toward?
Yeah, it's funny you said that. So I have a friend of mine. In fact, he lives in Houston, my frat brother. And literally last year, now I've been going to Africa 2011. Last year, like we were talking, he's like, man, Dynast, man, I love what you're doing in Africa now. I swore I thought you was over there scamming. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? He's like, he was just like, I didn't know. I thought you was over there scamming. I'm like, what? But yeah, he was just like, yeah, I love what you're doing now as far as taking people to the continent and helping them get their citizenship and, you know, exposing everybody to Africa. But yeah, a lot of people thought I was on a narcotic, thought I was crazy. I remember I was in Tanzania, first time I went, and I was in Serengeti, or not Serengeti, but somewhere near Serengeti, camping. And it was Christmas. So, you know, I text, you know, was replying to text, you know, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. And so one of my buddies was like, where you at? I said, I'm in Tanzania. And he's like, what? You know, like, what are you doing over there? You're like, photo shoot. I'm like, nah, I'm just in Tanzania enjoying my time. So yeah, people definitely thought I was crazy. Some still think I am. But I think people are starting to warm up to, you know, to the continent and warm up to everything I'm doing over there. So
let me ask you this. When you mentioned a little bit about your friend was mentioning something about you possibly scamming or something over there.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Yeah.
Let me ask you this in that regards. Now, over there in Africa, where you're at now, when it relates to crime or problems, conflicts, how's that handled over there?
It's handled by the community. So, you know, there's an issue, you know, the community handles it. I mean, the police are there, but for the most part, you know, it's the community that handles everything for the most part. If there's crime, if somebody's stealing something, gets caught stealing something, you know, the community is going to put their foot down. You know, the police aren't going to get involved. Like the police are, you know, that's like if it escalates, but the community handles it.
Wow.
Now, man, I seen one of your shows, man, on YouTube where you was on the plane, and I believe it's in your documentary also, where you said when you first started going to Africa, the flights were mostly black people, and then over time it became mostly Europeans.
Or mixed, yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
So,
yeah, well, coming from America to Africa, they're still predominantly black, but what I started to notice, like traveling throughout Africa, it was starting to be more mixed. And I remember I was flying from Gambia to Dakar, Senegal, from Banjul to Dakar. And I remember that plane was predominantly white and Indian, and I was like a first. So
yeah,
everybody's waking up to the continent except for us.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because I got a lot of family members. They want to go everywhere else except for Africa.
Yeah.
My question is, as far as like for us, like if we go over there about purchasing land, is that something that's difficult to do? Once you have to be a citizen first before you can purchase, or
it depends on the country. So Sierra, it depends on the country. Some countries, if you're not a citizen, it's a leasehold. It's like a 30-year lease. Other than that, if you're a citizen, you can purchase the land freehold. But it depends on the country.
Gotcha. Now you go ahead, bro.
As far as you of course a lot of Black Americans have issues about going over in Africa. Now I don't know if you up to date with some of the issues, but a lot of issues some of the major issues that I've seen and know is that a lot of our brothers and sisters from Africa, some of them have this stereotypical view of Black Americans here. And they come here with certain issues, and then we get a certain vibe from them based on how they perceive us. Because I know some families, they come here, have already been told not to even hang around Black Americans. So there right now there's a lot of tension. I don't know if you're aware, between Africans and Black Americans, specifically foundational Black Americans. Are you aware of that, and what's your viewpoint on that?
I think it's made up. I haven't. It hasn't been my experience at all. I haven't had any issues with African immigrants coming over here. I mean, we might have a disagreement with, maybe one here and there, but to the level of, where is the issue? I think it's just something, you mentioned, FBA, Foundational Black America. I think it's, they have a ulterior motive and agenda that they're trying to push, but it's not that serious.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people find it hard just starting a business here in America. Man, how was it? Did you ever envision yourself starting a business in Africa, or that you would be running a business in Africa?
Yeah, I mean, that was always the plan. So yeah, it was always the plan to start a business and have businesses on the continent. That was always the plan. So from the first time I went, getting set up and contributing and giving back and creating opportunities for the locals. So yeah, that was always something I was gonna do.
Was it an easy process?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad at all. It's pretty much straightforward. So yeah, it wasn't bad. My businesses are registered in Nigeria, Sierra Leone, and Senegal, and pretty straightforward.
This was up.
And,
So do you have multiple, or you just have the touring brand?
Well, right now I just have the travel company. I'm working on launching some other brands, but right now the travel company is my bread and butter. So
Gotcha.
So speaking about Senegal, what about Akon City?
I think he just broke ground. It's not really a lot going on. I know he finished the like it was a rec center for the children, community center. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's a multi-year, almost decade project. So, but I guess they're working on it, but that's something that's going to take years to make it fruition.
She Trucking.
Now we got a comment from She Trucking.
Yeah. Her comment is,
Go ahead.
can you explain the difference between the value of the US dollars compared to African dollars?
It depends on the country. Yeah, so Africa's 54 countries, so it depends on the country. Well, I would say this: the dollar is stronger over there in all the countries, but how strong, it just depends on the country.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've seen some videos of what people say for $1,500 a month, you can have a house about 3,000 square feet and have a chef and groundskeepers and all kind of things like that.
Yeah,
I forgot what exact country they were in, but I was seeing some of that. So I've been thinking about traveling to see where I could retire to someday. Is that in the plans for you to permanently move to Africa and leave the States?
I'll be there the majority of the time, definitely. Once my son graduates from high school, yes. Definitely.
Gotcha. That's what's up. I tell my kids all the time, man, y'all gonna need a passport to see me. I said, man, you're grown, y'all gonna need a passport to come and see me. I ain't babysitting.
Right, exactly.
As far as obtaining citizenship, I know it probably varies from country to country. As far as Nigeria and Sierra Leone, which one was easier to obtain?
Sierra Leone is as far as for the diaspora is made more straightforward. So if you take a DNA test with African ancestry, if your results come back to Sierra Leone, you're eligible for citizenship. So no other country on the continent offers that. So Sierra Leone has the most just straightforward, hey, do this. This is how you get your passports, become a citizen. So I'm taking a group in April to get sworn in by the president to get their passports.
And is there a certain percentile you have to be of that nationality?
Well, so with African ancestry, they do it by tribe. So it's just it'll have your mother's side, your mother's side, your mother's side and your father's side, and then which tribes you are. And as long as one of those tribes come out connected to Sierra Leone, you're good to go.
That's cool. That's what's up.
Wow.
Quick process.
Yeah, it's pretty straight. Like I said, it's straightforward. It's you know, you take your tests like twice a year to swearing in. You just gotta connect with somebody like myself. I'll take you over, get sworn in by the president. You're good to go.
That's what's up.
So in all the places you've been in Africa, or just you're traveling throughout Africa, have you personally experienced any kind of, or seen any time of crime, or someone getting hurt, someone, property being damaged or stolen? What was your experience, and how did that?
I mean, you'll like, so if there's like a fight that's about to break up, like I said, the community, they'll come in, they'll intervene, they'll break it up. There's no, like here in America, rural star where everybody starts pulling out. They don't do that over there. So there's,
yeah,
altercation, people, the community, they come in real quick, break it up, and people just go about their day. Yeah, I mean, don't leave your cell phones laying around, because somebody might come get it. But no, it's peaceful.
Wow.
Now when I was getting ready to gear up to go to Africa, I was told I had to get a yellow fever shot. And when I went to the hospital and said, "Hey, I'm told I need a yellow fever shot," everybody stopped what they were doing, just looked at me funny. And they was like, so when are you going? They wanted to see an itinerary and everything before they could give me a shot. Are shots necessary to even go to the country? Because I heard that they're not.
Well, at one time you had to have proof of COVID vaccine. That they relaxed that now. If not, you'll just have to take the test, 48 hours before you go or 40 hours before you return. But that's pretty much dead now. The pandemic's over now. As far as the yellow fever card, I'm gonna say yes and no. So if you're traveling from America and you're going to an African country and that's your only stop, you're not going to visit any other African countries, you don't need it. Now, once you get there, if you're traveling in between African countries, they might ask for it. If you don't have it, they'll just make you pay like a small amount to get a card, but you don't have to get vaccinated.
Gotcha. Yeah, now also too, man, in these videos, man, I see you be getting your grub on a lot.
Oh yeah.
And so is the food healthier?
Well, everything's fresh. So, there's, really literally farm to table over there. So yeah, I mean, the food is good. Like Senegal, I think, has the best food in the world. Yeah, everything is good, man. But yeah, everything is fresh. So none of this hormone inflated, stuff that they feed us over here.
Yeah, processed preservatives and all that kind of Let's see.
So compared to America, as far as the cities, with technology wise, like for like healthcare and stuff like that, is it on par with the States, or?
It depends where you're at, but it's not there yet as far as like healthcare. It's not there yet, but in some of these countries they're getting there. It's coming in, but no, but I would say this: if you have the money, you have access to everything over there that you will have over here. But they don't have like Kaiser hospitals everywhere. So no, it's not there yet.
Now, what are some of the things that you thought about Africa before going there that once you got there, you would prove wrong, or you found out your thoughts were incorrect, or?
Well, I never really had too many stereotypes about Africa. I was always very open-minded. So really nothing. It's, the people were friendly. Like Africa reminded me when I went in exchange, when I first came to the South, Athens, Georgia, where everybody spoke and, how you doing, sir? And, everybody was nice and kind. I mean, things have changed now in the South, well, where I'm at in Georgia, like even like in Atlanta, it's, have that Southern hospitality anymore. But
yeah,
everybody was friendly, helpful. You still got to be careful and be on the P's and Q's, but everybody was nice. Like I didn't have any problems.
Yeah, because you got a lot of people be like, oh man, they got lines running everywhere. They ain't got no power, man. They ain't got no roads, and like, they don't have electricity. So they won't even bother to take a look. And I'm saying you online and look at all these beautiful cities and see they have some of the same things we have, but they won't even take a look.
So I'm curious, or maybe if I didn't hear this part, but if you mentioned this, forgive me. But I'm curious about what gave you the mindset or desire to even want to start traveling and be a part or even live in Africa? What was your passion or desire? Where did that come from?
Man, so I was working for Centos, and this is like my second year. This is back in 2011, and I was making money. Like I was getting to the bag, and so I was talking about sharing my success with all my friends, and and a good friend of mine, Fitzgerald Stevens, he said you should go take a vacation, go take a cruise. So I said, nah, I'm gonna go to Brazil. I got disposable income. I'm gonna go to Brazil and have fun. Passport for a style. I'm going to Brazil. So the girl I was gonna go with, like,
I've been there.
Yeah, the girl I was gonna go with, she backed out, and so I was stuck. Like, where I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go somewhere. And so a friend of mine said, "Man, you should go to Zanzibar, go to Tanzania." And so I just started researching, and I went, man, and fell in love.
Wow, very interesting. And I'm assuming at that time, so is it? I'm assuming, was it difficult for you once your child came to see the house? You say you had a son, right? Is that correct?
Right, yeah, he's 9 years old.
Oh, okay, he's 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So you started traveling before. Well, okay, he's 9 now. Okay, so tell me, how was the transition from you being successful and on the job, you're developing yourself. Now you have a child that's in the world.
Mm-hmm.
How were you able to manage all that as a father and still do the business?
Well, you got to balance it. His mother is here, so she helps out a great deal. So it's just got to balance it.
Okay. The reason why I asked that, because there's a lot of people. Your story is very incredible. So I want, if you can, go a little bit deeper to help some people out who may be struggling with how can a person, average person who's trying to get themselves together as a man or as a woman or young adult, and they happen to make a mistake, or they might not make a mistake, but they have a child in the world, and they want to be able to try, how would you tell them? What did you do necessarily strategically that helped you still become the person that you are today?
Stay focused. I didn't lose sight of my goals and what I wanted to do. That's really the simple of it. Like I stayed focused and I stayed driven, and I didn't allow myself to be distracted. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
So as far as like as far as
go ahead, Joe.
What's the price range? I know everybody want to know like the cost of going, like compared to going to here to going to Brazil or going to Paris or something. Is around the same cost range?
It depends what you want to do. Like where you going, which part of Africa, where you flying out of. It's a lot. If you're going to Africa by yourself, again, it just depends on what you want to do, man. It's very, you can't put it in a box. It's just, it just depends what you want to do, like how you want to live, what kind of hotels you want to stay in. You want to rough it, 2-star hotels, or do you want to stay in 5-star hotels?
I think that's the problem with us, because we think that we see what we see on TV. They always show Africa as being poor,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what, like, my mindset would never be to go to Africa, because until I discovered you, because it's like I didn't think the quality of life was equivalent to other places,
Right. Yeah. I mean, like I said, whatever you have access to here in America, you can have in Africa if you got the money. Senegal.
Now we got a comment from Shaniqua Steele. She says, "Who you?" All right. I won't say quick. Senegal, quick. Yeah. Now, man. Now, when you transitioned from corporate America, man, how was it, and what did you transition into? Was it a fear from leaving corporate America?
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I would say yes and no, because you don't have that guaranteed paycheck. You ain't got that car package. I used to have a corporate debit card. I go fill up my tank, take people out to eat, cheap insurance, all that is gone, man. But I would say this, it's worth it. It is worth it. I mean, it's tough. I'm still somewhat learning on the fly, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
Gotcha. So when you left, what did you immediately step into?
I tell you, I was trying to figure things out. So I didn't do the traveling company immediately. I'll be honest, I was living off my 401k, and then I was making YouTube revenue. I tried a little bit of everything. I was doing multi-level marketing, and then finally, the travel brand. This is what was what's working and what I'm passionate about.
Gotcha. Now, when people take your tours, what can they expect?
Oh man, they're gonna have an authentic African experience. So we focus on the indigenous culture of Africa. So we go to the villages, so you got to have an open mind. You got to, your comfort level. You got to, expand have an open mind, and you might test your comfort level. So we go and we focus primarily on the indigenous, traditional aspects of Africa. We integrate and immerse ourselves into that. That's what we do. But then we have balance. Like we'll go to the city and spend a couple of days in the city. But the majority, the main part is really focusing on immersing ourselves in the indigenous culture.
Gotcha. Now I also seen that man, you took a trip to was it Ouida?
Yeah,
for the Voodoo Festival.
I didn't go this year, but I've been going since 2017.
Man, what intrigued you about going?
I wanted to learn more about voodoo. I just had a feeling like what they teach us about our African spirituality is lies. So I'm like, I just go to the source. I was like, let me go to Ouida and go check it out for myself.
So you say you do voodoo?
Right.
Practice voodoo?
Yeah, exactly. My main focus and practice is voodoo.
For how long have you been doing that? How long? And what were you before that? Or what did you practice before that?
Well, I would dabble, I grew up kind of Christian, and I would dabble some in Islam. But I found my home in African spirituality. So dabble a little bit of everything. I was atheist, so excuse me.
Yes, sir, man. I started looking myself because I asked some questions. I grew up, man. I went to Catholic church. I've been to the witness hall, man. I've been to the mosque, and I just started searching and looking myself, and started wanting to do some more spiritual journey. And I started looking at myself, and I was like, man, let me find out what we would do,
right,
for Christianity.
Exactly.
So I big you up, bro, for doing that. It's a lot of that and done videos and documentaries on it. And some of them have lost followers, some of them have lost subscribers. You know what I'm saying? But this is part of our history.
Exactly.
So man, I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate you going out there and documenting it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So what's the best time frame, or it depends on the part of the year, to actually start planning, to make your plans, to book your flights, etc.? Or is that something that your company also handles? Or what's the time?
Right. So I take people over on the continent for experiences. That's what I call them, experiences. We're not just a tour company. I provide experiences on the continent. So I try to focus our experiences around festivals, so you can really experience the culture. So in May, I'm taking a group to Senegal for the Jazz Festival. It's like one of the biggest jazz festivals in the world. August, I'm taking a group to Nigeria for the Oshun Festival. We're going to Zanzibar in November, and Sierra Leone is for the swearing-in ceremony, and it's also their Independence Day. So I try to focus on actual like festivals, so we could experience that.
That's what's up. Now, as we said before, man, you're a filmmaker, bro. So we got the trailer for your documentary, Search for Uhuru. So take us into this trailer, man.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm Dynast Amir. reached out to another friend of mine. I said, look, you know, I need to go on vacation somewhere. Where should I go? He said, go to Africa. And not only am I going to go, I'm going to explore a new country. So I went to Tanzania, South Africa, Namibia, Mali, Senegal, Morocco, Liberia, Namibia, Kenya, the Voodoo Festival in Ouida, Gambia, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire. Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria. It's been a beautiful experience, just learning more about our culture, our indigenous culture. So Uhuru means freedom in Swahili. I'm in search of my roots. In finding that, I would experience my Uhuru, which is freedom.
Till next time, Dynast Amir, I'm out.
Now, man, I watched the documentary, man. I loved it. It's good. And I recommend everybody out there that's watching, man, you watch the documentary too. How can they watch the documentary?
Go to searchforhuru.com. There's a link you'll click on and you can stream it right there. You pay for it. You can stream it right on the site. You can stream it as long as you want. You just set up, once you pay, you set up a login and you go in and watch it as much as you want.
I recommend everybody go watch it, man. It's good. Get some insight and watch his journey because it's a beautiful thing. So, man, was that your first time ever doing a film or
yeah, so that's all. Excuse me, I'm a little bit under the weather. So it was always a goal of mine to do a documentary. You know, I was planning on doing that since back in 2012. So it just finally, everything just came together in 2022 just to put everything together and put it out there. So.
Gotcha. And I also, man, I know that you're an author and you got a couple books out there.
Yes,
Tell me about the books you got.
Children's books. So I've written several children's books and I've written a sales book as well. They're on Amazon. If you look at my name, Dynast Amir, you can find them on Amazon.
You know, man, I've seen them, man. I love the cover artwork on your books too, man.
Yeah, shout out to you.
Very positive. And yeah, this was up in kinky hair and stuff like that, man. It's good that our kids see a positive image of themselves and read books so they can feel good about themselves.
No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I like what you're doing, bro. And so,
yeah, I wanted to go back a little bit. So your practice is you said it's voodoo, is that correct?
Right.
Okay. So once you I guess you participated or was exposed to it, what exactly made you cross over to become a part of that? What was your experience?
Well, for me, it's tradition. It's who we are. You know, like the question was asked, you know, what were we before we were Christian? Before Christianity was introduced to us, we had our own spiritual practices that taught us how to live, how to function, how to eat. Pretty much everything that we get from the Bible, we already had our own systems. It's just unfortunately, you know, a lot of us were brainwashed and decided to replace that with, you know, Western religion. So,
okay. And so and from your experience, was there something that hit you, or was it something you saw? What captivated you to say, okay, I want to embrace and become it? Was it just something you've learned, or what exactly?
I would say this: just going and discovering the truth for myself, like going to Ouida, to Benin, myself, sitting down, asking questions, observing, and getting the real. So,
Okay.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Now, got a question. From Ms. Shaniqua, she says, "Is Senegal Airlines better than the others for booking?"
depends on where you're going.
Yeah, I know Ms. Shaniqua travels to Africa a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I say, I know some Ifa chiefs here in Houston, so I've been around some ceremonies and some rituals or whatever. And man, I can honestly say, man, I feel right at home. I feel right at home being around those people and the spiritual system that existed before Christianity.
Right, exactly.
And so I started looking into it, and I started practicing, and wanting to be Abarisha a couple years back. I kind of got busy, caught up with work, and so I started slacking. But I want to get back into it. Yeah, I want to get back into it, man. I felt right at home, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. Nah.
The She Trucking is asking, how do people book your travel agency? Go to the site is Danfo, DANFO .Africa. Again, it's Danfo.Africa.
So my question is about it was all the guys want to know the women in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
the women in America.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead. What's the question?
Is there a big difference between the mind state and stuff like that?
Well, oh man, y'all about to start some shit. I'm trying to word this. In Africa, there's no family court system that they can weaponize against you, just out of spite.
Gotcha.
I would say that's the big difference.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But the women are sweet and feminine over there, and because I hear sisters over here talking about, we got to be masculine in America. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I don't like be feminine in America. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I like, you don't hear stuff like that over there. Like, I got to turn off my femininity and turn it on, and all this other stuff I hear over here, man. You don't hear it over there.
Yeah.
So basically, women are taught to take care of their men.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, we had to touch on that. So, man, what's the nightlife like out there, bro?
Oh man, they party, and it's safe. Like, you ain't gotta worry about the club getting shot up. That crazy stuff. It's safe, man. People, they party and have fun. And like I said, it's safe.
Yeah. Now, have you tried to? Is there any dialects you tried learning, or do you know any? Or do you
right now, I'm working on Yoruba and Wolof.
Okay,
so that's what I'm working on now.
Are you able to hold conversations? Just be able to move around.
We working on it.
Gotcha. All right.
So
has it been easy picking up the dialect, some of the tones and stuff like that?
It's tough. I regret not learning foreign languages back when I was younger. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Steve-O. Go ahead.
What are some of your favorite books that you want to give to the audience that you like to read that inspires you?
Right now, let me go through my. Of course, shameless plug. Buy all my books, and then like right now. One of my favorite books is by John Johnson, Sitting Against the Odds, the founder of Ebony Magazine. Like,
What's the title of it?
Succeeding Against the Odds.
Okay, Succeeding Against the Odds.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite books. And then Why Do White Men Have All the Fun by Reginald Lewis.
Oh, I seen that.
What else? Yeah, so but that's like one of my favorite books, Succeeding Against the Odds, you know.
Okay. Is that what inspired you to start writing your own books?
I just like, so, you know, I'm a big firm believer. If I'm going to read books or if I'm going to do something, you know, I want to try and apply it and do my own. So, you know,
Yeah.
I read books. So let me try to write my books. So, write my own books. So,
Awesome.
Now, how did you find out you were a Prince, and how did you feel when you heard that you were a Prince?
no, so my roots
Or tied to royalty?
where I have roots that trace back to Nigeria, to a kingdom of Odoruo. And, you know, my king told me, well, you left as royalty, your ancestors, and now you're returning back as royalty. So, you know, had my coronation. And yeah. Now, all that's explained in the documentary. We can't give too many spoilers. You know, people gotta go get this documentary.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, sir. Y'all make sure y'all go get that and make sure y'all watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the finance, like the economy in Africa. I'm using Akon because that's probably the person that we know most about. He was saying on another show that we should take our skill sets that we learned in America and take it back to Africa, and that we could create 500 Fortune companies.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
I agree. It's wide open. It's wide open. You know, they still are developing the infrastructure, so opportunities are still neat. I mean, the opportunities are there. Like, it's wide open. That's what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
So in the next,
so when you went there, go ahead, Joe.
So like in the next 10 to like 15 years, what do you the African economy being like? Being very prosperous?
Oh man, it's gonna be one of the. Well, I know Nigeria is slated to be like top 10 or top 5 economies on the planet. Yeah, it's, you know, like Africa has the youngest population in the planet as well. So, I mean, Africa's the future. It's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, I see everybody else investing in it.
Right.
See the Chinese putting a lot of money in it, or loaning money to people to build in Africa. Yeah. Man, when you said we talk about skill sets and stuff like that. So was your tour your business that was the first idea that came to you?
No.
It's like I see a need I could feel with that.
That wasn't the first idea. First idea was like, you know, people always ask about
because I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah, people like always asking about gold and diamonds and all this other stuff. So I kind of wanted to dabble into that, but hospitality, you know, as far as travel, you know, that was, you know, bringing people to come experience the continent. That was the first. I mean, that's like the first business I've had on the continent.
Because me myself, man, I want to go, but I was like, what can I do over there to make money? I'm trying to think how what I've learned in the quad over here can it translate over there. You know, I've been working in energy, oil, and gas. And so I'm trying to see what I can do over there to bring income for myself and possibly have a living over there. Do you see a big wave of brothers and sisters going back to the continent?
No. We're too comfortable over here.
I know they had. Gotcha. Yeah. I talk to a lot of people, and they even though they upset with the legal system and a lot of things.
Yeah, they're
afraid. They're afraid of going over there. Yeah, they're not going.
They got it too good over here, guys. I have to. I have a couple time for a couple more questions that I have to.
Okay.
All right.
I'm curious. I'm curious. So you were born in America, I'm assuming, correct?
Correct. Sacramento, California.
All right. So what's your view about reparations from those who are here in this country who might have come from Africa or not, but their roots has been here in America. Of course, we built America. Do you think foundational Black Americans, people who or whose ancestors who built this country, deserve reparations?
Is it old? Yes. Does the average foundational Black American or ADOS, is that the first thing that's on their mind? No. The so-called people who will be considered FBA or ADOS, are they serious about reparations as a collective? No. But is it old? Yeah, absolutely. Have I learned to cook any dishes yet?
Still has, have you learned?
Not yet. I have not yet.
Yeah.
No.
And we also have one from She Trucking.
Depends on the country.
Let's see. Okay. All right, man. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on with us, man.
Hey.
Everybody out there, man, make sure you go to the website, check out the documentary. It's on the bottom of the screen for you guys. Mm-hmm. Make sure you go to the website and stream it. It's a very good documentary. Check it out, support. Go to Amazon, get his books. And man, brother, we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on with us and sharing knowledge, man. And then,
hey, anytime. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yes,
appreciate you. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
All right.
All right, man. That was Prince Dynast Amir, man, on with the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast, man. Like I said, at the bottom of the screen, you can go to his website there to watch the documentary, and it'll pinpoint you in the direction of all his other products. Go to his danfo.africa website to learn about his touring business, man. So if you want to take a trip to Africa, he'd be your guy, man. If you ever had that thought in your mind, you wanted to travel, but you didn't know who to speak to or how to go about it, reach out to Prince Dynast Amir, man, and take care of that. Because I feel that as all Black Americans, man, we should all step a foot on the continent, man, and return to the motherland at least once in our lifetime.
Yeah, I definitely, man. I've always had a desire myself to go to Africa. I definitely want to go to the part where I want to see where our people transition from that land to get crossed over, actually sent on the slave ships to be brought over to different parts of the diaspora. That's the area of Africa I definitely want to visit. I think it's called the point of no return. Is that what it's called? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The point of no return. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people have gotten emotional, man, being at that location. Seeing that.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Man. So I'm gonna say this to our people, man. Don't be afraid to go where the people look like us. A lot of us, man, want to go everywhere. They want to go to Greece. They want to go to Italy. They want to go to London. They want to go everywhere. They want to go to Mexico, Cancun. They want to go everywhere else except for where the people look like them. Because they've been brainwashed. They've been told negative things. They've been shown negative images. Man, go see for yourself. Do some research, and you'll see that they have the same things we have here. You know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid. And I'm going to tell you this, man. I haven't been to Africa yet, but I'm planning on going. When I've gone to either countries in South America where there's a larger group of Afro-Latinos or Black people, I felt more at home being around people that look like me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to worry about racism or the police. It feels different, man, when you go somewhere and the people look like you. And it's saying you see people owning businesses, running things, successful, looking like you. It does something to you. It does something to your mind. It does something for your children. And that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, as for me, man, as you said, man, Africa is the future, man. Look at all the resources that are there, all the other countries that are invested in there. So that has to tell you something right there.
Exactly.
So, we are a part of that. Even though we were taken from there, we are a part of that country. So we need to go back and invest time, money, resources. And he already gave us some game on how to become citizens. So we need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, so as he said, man, African ancestry. Do your DNA there? They have the largest database directly from the tribes in Africa. You know what I'm saying? You could tie yourself back to what tribe you come from. You know what I'm saying? So all these other ones, they give you an area where you might come from. African ancestry DNA ties you back to the exact tribe from your DNA. And like he said, if you have Sierra Leone in your DNA, you get citizenship. Hey, sometimes what's going on in the world, you might want to have citizenship in a whole nother country. You might want to have a place to go to. Stuff hit the fan here.
Is a reason why a lot of people have dual citizenships. So like that. It's an advantage to it. So like again, man, I like to thank our guest, man, for taking the time. I know he's a busy man. So but we appreciate him taking out time to join us today.
Yeah, She Trucker says I'm definitely going this year. Yes, man.
Oh yeah, well, that's
also,
awesome.
Shaniqua says, be friend and talk to Africans here. It'll help out a lot. Now I can vouch for that. Now you have some people that say, like Steve-O mentioned earlier, that there's like this hostility or this negative tension between Africans and Black Americans, that they don't like us. But I can honestly say this: all the Africans I came across have been nice, have been polite. They're very involved in their education and politics. They don't worry about a lot of the silly things that we worry about, and they've been some of the nicest people. And always have invited me to their homes back in their home country. They tell me when I go there, I ain't got to worry about getting a hotel. I can stay with them. You know?
Yeah.
Never had any issues with Africans. And like I've always been intrigued by other cultures. And like we've had our language stripped from us and so many things. So I get excited when I see people, brothers and sisters that come from the motherland who have their history, have their language. You know what I'm saying? Had a true history, and we don't have that. And also knowing other languages work other parts of your brain. You know what I'm saying? We just over here knowing English. You only work so much of your brain. When you speak these other dialects, other parts of your brain work. People always wondering why people from other cultures are smarter. You know what I'm saying? They being challenged more. Education is pushed more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you should want to dabble into it and look into it and expand your horizons, man, and open your mind. Don't be closed-minded.
Yeah. Well, one thing is for sure, man, is that our people, all life originated from Africa, and history is being proven, and more things is being discovered that we were all over across the world anyway. Africa was not our stopping point. We're all over the world. And but to be able to, once I do have that opportunity to go back to Africa, where it all begun, man, it's I know it's going to be a profound thing for me, and I can't wait till that opportunity comes too. And I'm looking forward to it. And it's kind of funny, though, when I was younger, man, you look at Africa, because even before looking at Africa, you always see, lions and tigers and all kinds of stuff and the jungles and stuff like that. It's funny because even before I came here to Texas, my whole assumption in Texas was like, man, I didn't want to come to Texas because I'm like, I don't want to ride on no horses and see bulls and all this kind of stuff. They don't drive cars, I'm from upstate New York, and when I finally came here, when I was I had to come here, with my military commands, told me that I had to come to Texas, and I never forget when I first came here, I was just shocked to see cars, people driving cars and trucks. I didn't see no horses. I was just amazed, but it's just the view that you just see on TV. The same thing with Africa. I know Africa is beyond just jungles and tigers,
Amazon, desert and safari,
right. So I can't wait to experience that being there present, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Now one thing too, man, is they try to separate us, and they paint negative images. They put it on TV, they put it on social media to keep us from going. As the brother stated, as years go by, you start seeing more Europeans. Now they have these events and these festivals, and a lot of Black people don't even want to go. They want to go to all the festivals everywhere else. We have more Europeans going to the festivals in Africa, than us. And also too, man, with these images, what the brother showed us, man, you watch the documentary, you see history, you see things to be proud of. There isn't a year that don't go by here in America that they don't show us some movie about slavery or a new TV show about slavery, or they show us a movie or a new TV show about somebody being brutalized. They always show us going through pain. failing, defeat. You know what I'm saying? Our history is more than slavery. And our people need to know that. We need to know that we came from great people, that we did great things, that we invented great things, and we invented most of the things that we use today. You know what I'm saying? We know if you know who you are, man, can't nobody else tell you nothing. So we need to get back to knowing who we are and getting in touch with something, getting in touch with our roots. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's powerful, man. Because I can't wait. Because I don't know if y'all done it yet, but I definitely gonna be. That's one of my lists for this year is to get that African. Oh, what's that African ancestry thing done? Get that test done. Because I know my ancestry has got to be this warrior tribe because it's all in me. I mean, I know it's got there. I just can't wait to really see where my blood roots come from because it's all in me. You know what I mean?
Same here.
I can't wait to actually understand and visualize and be able to know exactly where I come from.
Exactly, because so many of us be more focused on what they mix with in ultra cultures and races, and you know what I'm saying. We got so many people. Oh man, I'm Indian. I got Indian blood. I'm a halfway because I got Indian in my blood, and a lot of people doing DNA find out they ain't got no Native American in them. You know, so man, do your African DNA, man. Roots. Go pay people to visit. You know what I'm saying? And find yourself a new permanent home, because that's what I'm looking for. If my money can go a little bit longer somewhere else, and I can live comfortable, live safer, hey, I'm going.
I hear you, T.
And while y'all at it, man, if you like what you're hearing, if you like the podcast, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment, man. And also, man, reach out to us at mcabwpodcast@gmail.com if you would like to advertise with us or you would like to come on our show and be a guest. Make sure you reach out.
Yeah.
The email is at the bottom of the screen. You can reach out to us. Go ahead, Joe.
Also, I was saying we need to do more research about the different kings and queens and like the Moors. I didn't know about the Moors till I became an adult, you know? We need to have something where we can teach a little bit more about the great figures that came out of Africa. Because we hear about Alexander and we hear about all the rest of
Alexander Great, about everybody else.
Like Hannibal and Bible, of course. But this is a whole bunch of stuff that we're missing that we don't know about. So let me get together and try to find a way to have history more than this Black History Month.
I'm gonna tell you guys something else too, man. I got friends that are other races and ethnicities and everything. And what blew my mind one time is that I got friends that Chinese, I got friends that Vietnamese, Cambodian, Thai, Japanese. And I went to an event one time. And even though they come from different countries, they're Asian Oriental, they still came together as a community. Despite them being from different countries, they still came together and put their money together to hold events. And a lot of times in our community, we let skin color, the lighter you are, the darker you are, or what religion you have keep us apart. One of the main things about Pan-Africanism is that you're Black first. If we all came together as a whole in the movement to try to better ourselves, man, we'd be unstoppable. I'm not saying that, we're trying to knock other people off, but we could build ourselves up to where we need to be and where we're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You're Black first before you any of that other stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, man, one thing about us, our people, we always talk about we need to get together. We always say we need to get together and do this and do that. But boy, the moment that we actually do what we're supposed to be doing as a collective, like you said, and it's nothing that will be able to stop us. So that's why it's always things that come against us as a people in our communities to prevent that. Because the moment we do, it's a wrap. And the thing is, we're so powerful, we don't have to use physical force. The force of the mind and the knowledge we have can fight our battles. Think about that.
Yeah. Man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. This has been another episode of the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast, brought to you by CTR Media Network. We appreciate Prince Dynast Amir coming on, man. He gave us a lot of insight. I'm more hyped up about going to Africa. After watching the documentary and talking to the brother, I'm more hyped up about going. Got to go. That's on my bucket list, man. That's on my bucket list. Any last thoughts, brothers, before we get on up out of here?
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
We need to learn our history, learn our African history, man, and go and make it, like he said, make it a part of your bucket list, man, to go and check out Africa, man. That should be on every African American's list, is to go to Africa at least once in their lifetime.
Well, the one thing that really struck out to me, because it was very profound, and it's something that I've always been talking about, that he actually mentioned over there when it comes to problems and issues with the people, any type of crime or any type of illegal activity, anything. One thing he said was the community handles it. Here in America, communities of our people, there is no community. And when there is no community, there is no unity. And when you have no unity, you have division. And with division, you will never overcome anything that comes against the neighborhood in the communities. So the community must first be able to trust each other as a collective in order to not involve the police. And if the police is and have to be involved in your community, it will be so laid out that all the police will be able to do is just document what has been done and what the community done as a result of any problems that came in the communities. But we don't have a community. We don't understand the value of each other anymore. It is my mission with CPIIA to bring communities, families, homes, children, in a way to be proactive, to understand the values of each other, to protect each other, to be there for each other, and to be on guard against anything that comes against the community, your family, your community, your business. And if it does, things is laid out right now as I speak that can resolve the many problems in our neighborhoods that is preventing neighborhoods to become a community like the communities that are in place in Africa. And with CPIIA, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, it will revolutionize and change the whole narrative as relates to the crimes in your neighborhood, dealing with the police, documenting the issues and crimes or conflicts with the police, how to document it, have the legal system already in place for you and your family in case something does happen, so you won't have to wait when somebody dies. If they die, you have nowhere to go to. If someone violates your rights, you're put in jail. You don't know what to do. You don't know who to turn to because you don't have a community. You don't have people there in place for you. It is now over, because with CPIIA, you would have that for you and your family, for your children, for generations to come. And the need for Al Sharpton, Benjamin Crump, and these legislations that is not coming is a dream that it won't come true. CPIIA is not a dream. It's a reality. It's the solution. And you can't wait on the dominant society to make it for you, right? It is my mission and my call in life to bring the solution. It is here before you with CPIIA for every community.
Hey, she got T Swin. And I'm going to say it, I'm going to put it like this, bring it back to Black history. Sometimes people tell you, you have to see it for yourself. Don't go off of what everybody tell you. Sometimes you got to see it to believe it. We've been shown negative images about the continent. We've been told stories. We've been separated from our religion, our practice, our spiritual systems. Man, get in touch with your roots. Go see it for yourself. Do some research. Look at our history past slavery. She got T Swin. This is the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. And we up out of here.
Music, this is way more than music. This is way more than music, this is hope. When life becomes a slippery slope, too hard to cope. And if you listen close, hear the angels in the notes. Sometimes it's just a fix you need because it's dope. It's medicine, it's magic, it's spiritual. Some are just music, and to others it's a miracle. Take you back to grandma's kitchen, main course with all the fixings to another dimension. Fact or fiction, it can mellow out the friction in your daily life. Introduce you to a culture and a way of life.
I'm loving this energy you're giving me now. I'll do what it takes to keep you around. Around, I want you around.
I really like when you're around.
Baby.
There's a new sheriff coming to a city near you, and I'm well on the mission to bring the new era to policing that will change everything that you know it as it relates to communicating, assisting, helping, delivering the correct and justified acts to remove crimes and to help you as a citizen against every crime that comes against you with the solutions to impact your community, your city, and generations to come with CPIIA, Citizens and Police Immediate Interactive Assistance. I cannot do this on my own. I need your help, and we together can for certainly make the change needed for a better city, a better country, for a better future.
CTR is who we are, the media network, that's the best by far. Whether you listen at your home, at your job, in your car, come get the information that's needed above all. Never lasting, motivational podcasting, giving you the answers to the questions that you're asking. Serious talks and topics, how to come up and profit, how to better yourself, your health is here. We got
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.